Well, the first thing is I'm appreciative of these two gentlemen, having the opportunity to work with them over the last 4 years, and culminating with an NCAA appearance was one of our goals at the start of this year. This team has endured a tremendous amount this season. Lou's coming off a hip surgery. We've had literally a young man who had a brain surgery in the off season. We've had 2 cases of mononucleosis with our team this year and 2 broken wrists. We also didn't have 3 key players here today due to the situation that was so fluid in terms of the game being played. That being said, what a tremendous basketball team Yeshiva University has. I, as a coach, just thoroughly impressed with how they play the game. They're connected on both ends of the floor, and I think you can see that in their assist totals, the high percentage shots that they create for each other, and I couldn't be more impressed with a team that we've played in my 18, 19 years as head coach at WPI.
We'll open up for questions.
Jake, how bizarre was it playing in a gym with no fans in it? Kind of how did that affect you guys as players?
I mean, it was definitely a weird experience. A lot of everything that, all the emotions that are going on in the court, like everyone was able to hear it, which was weird. Like usually, like the crowd can kind of mask a lot of things that are being said on the court. But yeah, I mean, both teams had that same, there's no crowd for either team. So I'd say like it was just a weird experience.
I want you to know my first year at WPI, we had far fewer fans in the gym than we do today.
Yeah.
Chris, you mentioned kind of the uncertainty about it. What was it like kind of waiting at the hotel for the delay and just kind of the uncertainty about this game being played?
Well, it was very difficult, I'm sure, for both teams. I don't know the situation exactly that Yeshiva was in, but it was a difficult 48 to 72 hours. I'm very proud of the WPI administration and how they handled the situation, but we wanted to have the student athletes' interests foremost in our minds, and I think at the end of the day we had that, but there'll be, I think, some thoughts and speculation that people have on whether or not the game should have been played or should have been delayed. And once we got the okay from Johns Hopkins University and the NCAA that they felt comfortable, we had most of our team and student athletes and parents comfortable about playing. We didn't have everybody though, and we left it up to the individual student and their parents to make that decision, and we tried to provide as much information as possible. The difficulty in this situation is there was not much information for us to disseminate to our parents and students. So the wait and see game happened, and it's too bad that given the importance of reaching the NCAA tournament, that not only the Yeshiva team, but our student athletes didn't get the full experience, okay? And that's the difficult part. Fans are part of the experience, and your fan base traveling out here, and we traveled further than anyone, was part of this experience, and we didn't unfortunately receive that experience through no fault of the Yeshiva men's basketball team. We were all in the same boat, I think, and they obviously handled it extremely well.
You had three players decide not to play, or the families decide not to play?
Correct.
Coach, when you look at the box score, you guys shot the ball pretty well, rebounded pretty well, your turnovers, everything's there, numbers that usually add up to a win, but then when you see Yeshiva, the way they shot the ball, how frustrating is that to play pretty well and have a lopsided outcome?
Well, you know, we've always hung our hat on our defense, and, you know, I think, whenever that escapes us, you know, it's difficult for us to win against a quality team like that. So, you know, I think Ryan Terrell, had one of the best performances I've seen, okay, over the last few years in Division III college basketball. You know, he was outstanding. I thought, you know, him getting off to a good start was really important for them, because I thought we were gonna do a good job on their big kid. And I think we did for the most part, but, you know, I don't really look at statistics too much in a game like this. I think a game got away from us, okay, early, and so the stats, I don't think really tell the whole story. We were just thoroughly outplayed.
Lou, can you talk about your experience of being able to come back this year and get the team back into the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I was out for all of last year with the hip surgery, and obviously it was very difficult, but the whole recovery process was basically, I was just thinking about two things, and one was our league tournament, and one was trying to help the team get to an NCAA bid, which me and Jake haven't done until today. So, like I said, it was a very difficult experience, but it made this year a lot more rewarding, and it made being able to play today, even though the outcome wasn't that great, made that much more rewarding being able to get here, so.
And was, you know, you've been a part of you got to 3 New Mexico tournament finals, and you were always the older guy in the room. A lot of young talent, but you were the older guy in the room. Just talk about what the program means to you and how it's evolved the last 3 years.
I mean, it's been pretty cool to see some of these kids, you know, grow up and see some of their games evolve. But I mean, the people have made it for me as far as my experience has been. I mean, the guys, I've never been a part of a team where how close we are. I mean, it's been so special to get here with that group. And you know, exactly what you said, it's been some heartbreaks. I mean, we've been to that league tournament 3 times where if we won, we would have been sitting here in the NCAA tournament. But, you know, it didn't work out for us. But what I can still look back on is just the experience I got with my brothers and my teammates. That's what's, you know, I'll remember the most, I think, because there isn't much, you know, there's a lot of heartbreak.
Thanks, Wes. Do we have any other questions? Thank you, gentlemen.